Okay, so I'm redoing this video on my own because it didn't pick up my voice for some reason, so I'm just going to do this now. Okay, so here's this video called Where Are Banned YouTubers Today? So let's look at the thumbnail. Okay, so it's got 3 people labelled as paedophiles and 2 people labelled as racists. Now the paedophile accusation is the most serious. So most of these are all completely false as far as I'm concerned. One of them's only tangentially related, very distantly, to talking with minors, interacting with them, and what he did actually isn't illegal as far as I'm concerned, depending on what state he is, and I don't care either way. So apparently the person on the left, is it Mr. Beast, right? And he talked to a 17-year-old girl on Discord or something like that, which I don't give a fuck about. Nothing to do with paedophilia. And these other 2 people labelled as paedophiles have absolutely nothing to do with paedophilia whatsoever. They're not even accused of any crime related to females at all, right? And this lowlife labels them as a paedophile. This channel is Pexto, right? So I'm going to debunk the video. I'm going to watch the entire video. Okay. So, my ad block doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Stand up.
To Sneeko getting removed by YouTube, from Ice Poseidon being permabanned after being swatted off a plane,
Yeah.
Stand up.
to Sneeko getting removed by YouTube for his toxic commentary.
You could tell by the way she's talking that she hasn't been properly in a long time.
Here
So that's the guy in the middle. That's the centre guy with the term pedo smeared on his face, right? Nothing to do with being a paedophile.
are 7 banned YouTubers and where they are today. Starting off with Steve Will Do It, whose YouTube presence immediately ended after one accidental mistake. Steve Will Do It's journey to fame started on Instagram in
So internet fame is an opportunity for some men to get status and fame and money easily. And before we get to it, I want to explain the context of what men are living under. So men who don't get status end up sexless and they get called incels, and they're more likely to kill themselves, be isolated, take drugs, drink alcohol, and commit suicide. Right? They die younger, and society is structured that way on purpose, as far as I'm concerned. This is not a side effect. This is an intended result. Okay, so if you gain status, like if you're a professional, you've got to work hard, and that can get ruined with an accusation. Your professional career can be terminated, and you can be fired from your professional job. Your life's ruined as a male, and it can be very hard to get a new job again. Those sorts of men are driven to suicide. But even if you maintain your status, you've got to work hard to get it. Being a professional is a stressful, high-status career, right? Okay? And if you get E-fame, which is it's still hard to do because only a minority of people can be E-famous, a minority of men. But if you get E-fame as a man, it's a way to get status and fame that's much easier than mainstream fame under the old way, right? So, but the system is set up that as a man, you can lose your E-fame arbitrarily for any reason whatsoever, okay? That's how it's set up. And like people like Retfall have killed themselves once they've lost their E-fame, E-status via false accusation. Society is set up this way on purpose. It's completely intentional. They want you dead. They want you marginalised, they want you sexless, they want you relationshipless, they want you friendless, they want you jobless, right? They want you miserable. Like, I've seen feminists tweet that they don't want single men to have cats and dogs as pets to comfort them, right? That's the level of spite that's in society, right? Right? I wish I saved it. I'm going to show that one though. I'll find that tweet and image again. They don't want you to have pets if you're a man. They want you miserable, alone. They want you dead. They want you jailed. They want you out of a job, and they want you to driven to suicide. That's the context I'm talking about. I'm not exaggerating. This is how much men are hated.
in 2017, where his outrageous stunts made him a social media sensation, but it was YouTube where he worked the hardest. By 2019, he had joined Nelk Entertainment before launching his channel, which quickly grew to over 4 million subscribers. But while he
So this is brainless, shitty content, right? But he's got his status. The morons love this stuff. Yeah, the average person will pay attention to this stuff than important subjects. But whatever.
was known for his
It's not even interesting entertainment. Like what? He's eating a fucking giant pizza. Like, so what? Like, so what? If I'm going to distract myself, I'd rather watch something like fucking Star Trek or Star Wars or a video game, anything that's got substance to it. Bloody hell.
His challenges, he was also watched for his gambling content, which he did legally in 2022 as he was paid to promote it by Stake.com, a cryptocurrency casino company.
All right, we're just broke even.
Little did he know that it would turn his life around. On August 1st, 2022, he made an Instagram post that surprised his followers. Steve didn't reveal the full story behind the sudden permaban until almost a month later.
I post gambling clips on my...
So, this is very telling as well. Men are social chameleons, and they feel to survive, they've got to stick to mainstream narratives they actually don't agree with. Like, you can't really tell me this person seriously supports Biden with the Pride flag 2024. This guy's good looking, by the way, right? He's just like a stereotypical Chad, all right? Chad doesn't exist, by the way. That's why but he's perceived as a stereotypical Chad. But he's got a Pride flag, Biden 2004, pseudo left wing, pseudo democratic. Well, the Democratic Party supports that, supports Pride, supports intersectional feminism, right? And he still gets zapped, right? He still gets zapped.
Second channel, which you're allowed to do. You're allowed to show yourself.
This guy would be a 10 out of 10 at the gay bar, right? Right? All the tops would want to fuck him, and if he's got a big penis, all the bottoms would want to be fucked by him. Yeah? Okay? He's got good looks, so this is discounting looksism as well. Looks get you status. Maybe in certain niches, looks can get you status, but those are the niches, they're not the norm. The vast majority of men who get status do it in the professions. Right? The white collar professions with prestige, doctor, lawyer. That's the most consistent way to get it. Yeah? Managerial positions as well.
Playing stake.com, you're allowed to do it and post it on YouTube. You're allowed to say, I'm on stake. Hey guys, I'm playing on stake right now. And you're allowed to do that. But if stake.com is in the video, your channel, they delete the video, right?
It turned out Steve's editor made an error and forgot to cover the URL. But that wasn't the only reason why he got banned.
My mistake.
This is like the least serious one, and this guy doesn't get smeared. He's smeared by association by putting in a video with people being falsely called paedophiles. It's smearing by association. It's poisoning the well, right? But this is still relevant, and I'm going to explain why.
Because I went on my main channel and promoted my second channel. The whole issue I have with this is that they're going to delete my entire channel, which is my life. Because it's all because of stake.com being like, that's what happened.
On your second channel.
On the second channel.
When the news broke out, even...
So, what this is not a mistake. This is not automated. This is done on purpose. And it's done to zap a low status male, because every male is a low status male. Okay, so women can break all the rules all the time they want on YouTube and social media. Like Pokemon's giving so much leeway just to watch content mindlessly, right, and not add anything to it. Okay, women can like accidentally show themselves naked on Twitch, right? But if a man does it, like if a man shows like an anime girl with cleavage for a split second, right, he'll get insta banned forever. So it's deliberate hyperfixation and hyper-targeting of men, right? It's hostility against men. It's social aggression against men, and it's online. Yeah, men are held to arbitrary standards, not even high standards, arbitrary standards, because they hate men. This is what's going on here. And again, Biden, pride flag, mainstream democratic diversity, intersectional feminist politics, still cancelled, because it doesn't matter he's a male. He's still a piece of shit in the eyes of women and society.
Even Mr. Beast, whom Steve Will Do It was often compared to, questioned YouTube's policies.
That one feels a little weird, because obviously they have to give you 3 strikes. And that's...
No, they don't have to give you 3 strikes. They don't have to give you 3 strikes. They can do what they want. Okay, it's happened too many times.
We're not a traditional
They can
cafe.
do what they want.
We're completely unconventional.
Right.
And my Wix
They can do what
website
they
really
ban
has
you
to
for any
capture the
reason they
same
want.
magic.
Let's be
As far
real
as I
here.
know, he was just gone.
Okay, let's carry on.
Just gone. Yeah, that didn't really make much sense.
Now,
It makes perfect sense, because it doesn't have to make sense. They wanted him gone because he's male, therefore he's gone. That's the sense. That's all the sense that's needed.
Steve still hasn't gotten over the ban, claiming that it changed him. To be completely honest, it's just I don't feel creative / I really don't want to be on camera. I guess I'm a bitch because when my YouTube was taken from me. Nevertheless...
So he had his status stolen from him, right? Men can't articulate his status, right? They should be able to articulate status. My status is important to me. My position in this world is important to me. Don't steal it from me, right? Don't damage my status. Don't damage my standing in society. Don't status rape me, because status rape is a form of rape, as far as I'm concerned. Rape victims commit suicide more. Status rapes men commit suicide more. So the trauma's going to be very similar, right? It's a complete destruction of everything what's considered valuable in a man and what considered valuable in himself. It's with a lot of men anyway, not every man, but a lot of men. It's a complete destruction of them, right? It's an attack on them and their self-esteem. It's rape, right? So they should be articulated as don't attack my status, my standing, yeah?
He continues posting the same content, just on Kick instead of YouTube. But unlike Steve Will Do It, who abandoned YouTube after his ban, Leafy Is Here still keeps trying to return to the platform.
So this is one of them labelled a paedophile on the thumbnail.
2016, Leafy Is Here.
So let's see the paedophilia in action. Let's see if it's anywhere. Let's see if there's even a hint of it. Okay.
Grew his following to over 5 million subscribers, and it was mainly because of how he roasted other YouTubers.
I'm gonna be real with you, dude. I'm gonna give you the hard truth. You look fucking ridiculous, dude.
But everything.
Okay, so this is just a cringe react person who's a bully with lowbrow shitty content with nothing to add. Okay, let's carry on. I still don't see the paedophilia.
Would change after he targeted Tommy NC 2010, a YouTuber with autism.
It's always good to do a good deed every.
So this is not paedophilia. This is bad behaviour. This is disgusting behaviour. This guy's a low life, but I don't see the paedophilia. Where's the paedophilia? Where is it? Can someone tell me? Is it hidden in the pixels in the clouds? Is there a shape? Is it like a shape of a child in the clouds somewhere? I can't see. All right.
Single day, and even though no one expects you to do it, you should, because isn't that right, ma'am?
Yes, it is.
So
she's uncomfortable.
You know what I'd like you to do? Go out and do something good for somebody.
Look, I don't mean to be that fucking saint of YouTube that tries to nitpick at people trying to find an excuse of why they're a complete shit, but like this dude is already cringy enough. He is vlogging in the middle of a parking lot with a fedora on, okay? But this whole situation that he's creating is just really
So feminists are really obsessed with fedoras and showing men who like to wear them. So the socially awkward male fedora type. The stereotype leads to harm of men, by the way, because it creates a pretext to pick on those men who wear fedoras.
Cancerous and obnoxious.
This video drove Leafy's fans to supposedly harass Tommy, prompting him to release a response video.
Some people are threatening my life, threatening my family, and all I wanted to do was inspire people.
Because of this.
Yeah, so this is just online stalking, bullying, and harassing. So I've encountered YouTube channels, not extreme as this, but I've encountered YouTube channels. When I call them out, right, I get brigaded by the followers who just mindlessly jump on and go, they'll jump onto my channel or City Crush's channel and just go, you loser, or just go, ratioed, look, you've only got 100 subs, he's got like 100,000, right? They make no arguments, right? And those sorts of people are absolute losers and cretins. They're simping and white knighting for someone, a YouTuber who doesn't give a shit about them, who would piss on them to put them out of themselves on fire, right? But this is just harassment of low status men.
Other content creators started calling Leafy out for his lazy content.
If you look at Leafy's channel, all he does is make fun of kids and like vulnerable people, like Joey's World Tour. There's no sport in making fun of these people. It's just sad. They don't need.
It's like Me Too feminists make fun of vulnerable people and stalk. No, they don't make fun of them. They do actually make fun of men for being smelly and ugly on the Me Too hashtag, but they also stalk and harass men as well. Vulnerable people. They've driven men to suicide. Yeah, but no one cares about that.
To be made fun.
Like Clementine Ford. I'm gonna have to do a video on this because this seems to be forgotten by the memory. Well, I'm gonna cover this just to refresh people's memory. Clementine Ford gang stalked an autistic man, falsely accused him of sexual harassment because he liked high-fiving people, right? And he had a mentality of like an 8-year-old, and his white knights actually threatened to stalk him, and she's still on the streets with impunity because female privilege and feminist privilege, yeah, because our shitty, rotten society, yeah, okay.
of. And now that Leafy's channel has blown up, he's sending like millions of like kids to just harass these people.
Leafy is horrible at criticizing people. I don't know if it's because he tries to make a video every day or if he's just that fucking awful.
Prompting the soon-to-be banned YouTuber to defend himself.
You guys know that one person in school that makes jokes and with everybody? But of course, when someone makes a joke about them or makes a joke that they don't like, they now no longer know what a joke is and they freak the out.
Well, that's you then, basically. I don't know how to explain your bullying and harassment and stalking.
This man right here is pretty much 100% not that kid at all.
This response, however, backfired. Leafy lost over 100,000 subscribers and as a result disappeared from YouTube. He would come back 2 years later, but only to insult iDubbbz again.
iDubbbz is a cock. Yes, my fan base, it's true.
When that didn't get much attention, he started targeting Pokimane with a 5-part...
I don't see the paedophilia here. Okay, is Pokemon like an 8-year-old girl or something? I don't know. I'm being sarcastic. She's not. She's in her 20s.
Series another 4 months later.
80% of Pokimane streams is just her watching videos, adding actually nothing to what she's watching whatsoever.
Yeah, that's absolutely 100% true.
Fortunately for him, instead of getting viewers, he got banned. The same...
So basically, he gang stalks an autistic male and his followers harass him and threaten him, and he doesn't get banned for it, right? Okay, whether he I doubt he told him to do it, but they took the cue and did it, right? But he says mean things about a woman YouTuber gets banned instantly. So it shows you their priorities. So an autistic male is okay to be a punching bag. You don't get banned for that, right? But criticize a goddess, you get banned. This is the environment. This is the fake hyper scrutiny that men live under. It's disgusting. If he should have been banned, he should have been banned for bullying that autistic guy. But like I said, YouTube don't give a shit because they're feminists and they hate men.
Year, Leafy tried to recover on Twitch. However, he got quickly banned.
So I'll explain to you what's going on here, in my opinion. Even if it's not the case in this particular case, it's still the pattern. So when a man gets banned from a social media platform, the feminists in YouTube will contact the feminists in Twitch because they network, because feminists do network across companies. And they'll go, heads up, there's an incel misogynist creeper. We've banned him from our platform and he's coming over to your platform. And Twitch go, thanks for notifying us, and then they'll ban them. So so if you're a man who's got status, it doesn't matter if you've been banned fairly or unfairly. Even if you've been banned fairly, you should be given a second chance to set up somewhere else if you're reformed, right? But if you've been banned unfairly, right, they'll make sure you can't dust yourself off as a man and try and get your status. Right, try and keep your career going because they want they want that rip from you because they want you to commit suicide, right? I promise you, they want to rape your status. That's what it's all designed to do. Yeah, the women pushing men out of the workforce, AI hiring women over men, even in jobs that suit men more. It's designed to drive men to suicide.
On X, his account was suspended, and as of 2025, his last activity was on his Instagram account.
I've got someone pregnant. No funny. Okay. Enjoy paying child support. Is that him on the left? Wow, he's put on weight.
But while Leafy turned from a YouTube star to someone irrelevant because of content,
So when he was younger and cuter, he didn't have anyone pregnant, but when he's fatter and older, he gets someone pregnant. That's weird. Well, it's not. It's predictable. It debunks looksism again. Yeah.
Poseidon would follow the same path, but because of his continued degeneracy. Ice Poseidon was famous...
And by the way, the last guy, he wasn't a paedophile, obviously nothing to do with paedophilia.
Known on Twitch as a chaotic IRL streamer in the early 2010s. But most of the time, he was swatted during his streams because of his toxic fan base who kept trolling him.
They wanted to say...
So, it's not trolling. Swatting is not trolling. Swatting is attempted murder. That's attempted murder. But this guy's got so little self-respect. If any of my audience, I'll tell you what I'd do. If I was a rich streamer, and if I was swatted by anyone in my audience, I'd pay a computer hacker to try and find out who did it, if possible, and then I'll do something about it, right? Either I'd try and get them arrested, and if I couldn't get arrested, I'll try and do something about it. That's what I'm going to say. But this guy carries on streaming, and I know how they downplay it as trolling. So when men suffer with this, it's just trolling. If this was done to a woman, this wouldn't be called trolling, right? But trolling is a weasel word anyway, but yeah. So trolling is used to make legitimate pranksters look bad, because the word trolling is used interchangeably with the word terrorism, but it's also used to downplay legitimate harassment and stalking and acts of violence against men. It's used both ways. It's a classic weasel word, trolling.
Say hi. Okay, so.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah. So, this is the hostile environment that men live in. Basically, it's men that suffer this. This is a man of status, fame, right? And he's getting this treatment, right? Yeah, he's getting this treatment. So, like I said, it's crabs in a bucket for men. It's women out to get men, and it's men out to get men. It's probably a man who did the swatting. Let's be real.
Thank you.
Unfortunately for him, the trolling also led to his permanent ban in April 2017, as someone made a false report that he was carrying an explosive while inside a plane.
Yeah.
This is attempted murder.
Stand up.
Of course.
Despite this Twitch career-ending incident, he tried to make a name for himself on YouTube, but instead of...
So, if he's the one being falsely accused of bomb threats, why is he getting banned from flying? This is how anti-murder system is. So the victim gets punished for what his stalkers do, right? That's equivalent of like punishing a victim of assault. This is how much society hates men. They'll punish men for being victims of crime. It reminds me of the men who get this nudes leaked. So what they do, women will like lure men to strip, right? Do sex camming of them, right? And this is happening to politicians. It gets leaked, right? And the male loses his job and gets fired as a politician. But when it happens to women, they go, "Oh no, this woman's a victim. We've got to go after the people who leaked it." It's complete psychopathic double standard, right? Complete 180. Same situation, different sex, completely different reaction. This is how much society hates men. You're fucking hated.
choosing a better path,
With Adobe Express, I can make a brand.
A flyer for my event. A
this.
social video for my class. I can make a banner. A logo.
A menu.
I'm putting the sound down for that. Yeah, you don't have to hear this shit. So, well, I'm going to have to find a solution to these adverts. Because when I have ad block, it doesn't play at all. It's been like that for ages, to be honest. I switched to one ad block that was working, and
he
then
doubled down on controversy, launching his crypto project CX Coin in 2022, only to get exposed by CoffeeZilla.
Famous live streamer Ice Poseidon just scammed his followers for up to $500,000.
Okay, this is the one case where I don't blame him for scamming his followers, to be honest, right? Because they're scum who swat him. They're scum who swat him, right? So why not scam them? I wouldn't do it myself. This guy does deserve to jail, but I don't blame him for having that negative mindset.
Worse, when CoffeeZilla asked him to return the money, his response enraged fans.
Yeah, I could give the money back. It is within my power. But I'm going to look out for myself and not do that.
Sadly.
I respect the honesty. I'm glad he's not doing this fake apology bullshit. He's just saying, I'm keeping the money. He's scum, he's trash, but he's honest, isn't he? Right? He's just a status seeker. He's just a status seeker. Typical male. Typical male. But I can see why. The thing is, I'm just going to say something. And this is victim blaming, because this is a case where the victim does deserve to get blamed. Right? You've got to be a fucking idiot to fall for crypto scams, and you've got to be a status chick. It's mostly status seeking males falling for this scam. You've got to have some brain cells missing. Yeah? And I'm victim blaming you because you deserve what you get in this case, yeah? But just because con artists prey on stupid people doesn't mean they shouldn't get punished. Right? This guy should absolutely get punished.
He got away with zero legal consequences and continued his chaotic streams with Kick, doing a
So the reason why he got away with it, because he's scamming low status men, so they don't give a fuck, right? You can tell it's low status men who fall for these crypto scams because nothing's been done about it. They don't care. They don't care. Right? They just don't care.
Multi-international subathon. And as expected, ICE got involved.
So it's crabs in a bucket, right? Toxic streamers with toxic fan bases just lashing out at each other, swatting each other or conning each other. Shows you what scum these people are.
A series of controversies, like getting in an altercation with the now late streamer Vex in Japan.
I think you should pay me. Wait, bro.
I really do.
I already told you $400.
He's arguing over $400 when he got at least $500,000. He's a multi-millionaire, this guy, and he's arguing over $400. Pathetic.
What do you just get
Why are you negotiating?
Actually, man.
What do you mean? Why negotiating?
This is money.
This is like, what are you so angry about?
He also got arrested in Thailand because of a disrespectful stunt.
I'm being held in Thailand for the actions that I've done a few nights ago.
So you got to be a retard to go to third world countries and act up, and act like you're in a first world country. You got to be stupid. You got to be legitimately low IQ. I'm sorry, like you wouldn't catch me. You wouldn't catch me fucking doing that as a I knew better even when I was like fucking 16 and 15, right? I wouldn't go around to Thailand to fuck about and get drunk, right? And do whatever you fucking did. Yeah? Okay.
At a hotel in Bangkok, Thailand.
After he was released, it looked like he didn't learn his lesson, because early in 2025, he was once again under fire for encouraging Japanese women to insult the Yakuza.
Gay.
Gay.
Gay Yakuza.
Gay Yakuza.
At this point, it's clear that Ice Poseidon is only a few more scandals away from fading into the void, just like Phantom Lord, whose once legendary status was buried under controversy and greed. Starting his streamer career in 2011, it didn't take long for Phantom Lord to reach millionaire status because of his energetic streams.
Have you noticed that all the morons get the subs? Like people shout and scream and act up. The low IQ idiots love guys like this, yeah?
But at the peak of his success, he would be involved in a shocking controversy. In December 2013, hacker group Derp Trolling launched a series of distributed denial of service, or DDoS, attacks targeting major gaming platforms. But instead of alerting the authorities...
Can you imagine that like, groups like this went after feminists instead of like random low-status men? I mean, the real mischievous feminists, right? Like the editor of the Huffington Post did something good for once, did good vigilante justice, but they'll never do this because men hate other men. They're cowards, and they pick on the weak as well.
Phantom Lord made a deal with the hackers on air while playing Dota 2, saying, quote, "If my team wins, we'll keep going, but if my team starts to lose, they're bros, take this ish down." He also talked about his involvement with the DDoS attacks.
Everything I played was taken down. Like Dota 2, how I was like so jokingly, if we win this game, they might stay up. It didn't matter if I said that or not. Him or they've been still causing trouble throughout the day. There was nothing I could do.
But fans knew Phantom Lord was downplaying the situation based on the proof of his interactions with the hacker. Phantom Lord seems just as culpable as Derp in this situation. They're both getting exposure from this event as they work with each other to DDoS games that Phantom Lord streams. Considering both sides are making money off this, it's easy to see why they're continuing. As for the hacker behind the attacks, he was the one who ended up in prison. Nevertheless, it didn't stop Phantom Lord from finding another way to make money. In 2013...
So it's like... if you fuck around with a corporate website, they're coming to get you. They're going to give you a long sentence. But if you don't fuck around, if you go after low status people, they don't care, right? So that's how society's set up.
He explored CSGO skins and opening cases, which led to over 1 million views. Then, in 2015, he started promoting a gambling website called CSGO Shuffle, only for esports journalist Richard Lewis to expose him a year later in July 2016.
Phantom Lord is the owner of CSGO Shuffle. That on top of that, he has gambled exclusively with house money taken from the business. That he has also held meetings with other betting sites to discuss methodology, and also that he has asked Joris, the site coder, for percentages of rolls to increase his outcomes of winning and or losing.
It's good advertisement for the gambling sites, give a fake impression of the odds.
As he wants to do appropriately for his own personal gain.
Following Twitch's sudden ban and waves of backlash due to the accusations, the streamer would release a statement.
I'm really sorry where things ended up. To the people that care about me, the people that love me, to my fans, I'm sorry for all of this. This is going to be the hardest point I have
This is the fake, insincere apology from a psychopath, social chameleon. No pride whatsoever. Pure subhuman behaviour.
Work.
I would have more respect for him if he just went, fuck you, I don't give a fuck. I just want to make money. I would have actually more respect for that. Right? This guy's a pure psychopath.
My entire life. I recognize that. I gotta earn back your trust. I have to earn back the respect of the...
Okay.
Good news. We got time with the CEO.
So
it's in 40...
That's a social chameleon at play. Yeah, fuck that effort.
Phantom Lord's stream accounts remain inactive, suggesting he's now protecting himself from the public eye. Unlike Greek God X, who, despite numerous bans, still does everything in his power to maintain his online presence. In 2017, Greek God X, real name Dimitri Antonatos, was one of the biggest streamers on Twitch because of his lively personality. He was also praised for his inspiring weight loss journey.
I physically have to get surgery to remove this. I feel great. I feel healthy.
But in June 2022, the public perception would change when he made a sexist rant during a live stream.
If you want to...
No, he was just setting the standards for his relationship. He's a tradcon. That's all he is. Right?
Date me, you better believe I will be the... Even if you're streaming, you're going to have to stop streaming.
That's mate guarding. He's insecure about the woman streaming and getting attention from other men and wanting to date other men. Right? And leaving him. It's mate guarding behaviour. And he's entitled to set these terms in a relationship, and the women are entitled to say yes or no. Yeah?
Streaming is ended for you. Your career is done. Okay?
He's a retard. He's a tradcon retard, but he's entitled to be a tradcon retard. This is nothing. This is how hyper scrutinised men are. Women can make the most outrageous expectations in a relationship, right? Far worse than this, and no one blinks an eye. Women can literally divorce rape men and steal their assets, and no one gives a shit. The system's set up for women to do it, after all. Yeah, but he sets some expectations in a relationship that can be rejected or accepted, and he's somehow a misogynist.
Stream while you cook for me and you clean for me and you look after the children while I gain all the money and I give it to you and I give it to our children for a healthy, secure life.
Well, no. You're just using children as a pretext. You want to mate guard, right? And it's cooking, cleaning because you're a mental defect. The woman would be better off earning money and contributing it to the family for a secure future. And you could both cook and clean because you're a streamer, right? And you could both raise the kids, yeah? But your whole worldview is based on mate guarding. You want to mate guard the woman, keep her away from other men, and you're just post hoc rationalising that, basically. That's all you're doing. But again, this is I disagree with his lifestyle choice. I think he's an idiot, but he's entitled to think this and want this, right?
Okay? That's how I want to run my life.
Worse for him, Twitch banned him for 3 days.
So he was banned for 3 days for this, okay.
Leading the streamer to apologize.
Just wanted to say I'm sorry. I'm banned and I just want to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry for not giving a fuck.
And he really... That's how you do it. None of this fake apology shit. I respect him for that, even though he's an idiot. Right, at least he's got some fucking spine.
He did prove he didn't care because just a month later, he mocked an Asian family during an IRL stream. And
so he's doing a funny Chinese voice. Women can talk about killing men. They don't get banned off social media. He made a funny Chinese voice.
Despite that event leading to a ban, Greek denied being racist and
So, reminds me of the Father Ted episode where Father Ted makes a funny Chinese voice. Right, and there's a Chinaman joke, and then he's spotted by Chinese people. Like, who cares? Who fucking cares? Jesus Christ.
Even unknowingly doubled down a year later.
Wait. So, like, if a woman did that, they wouldn't do shit. I promise you that now. I promise you that now. Right?
You...
So he was banned from a gaming server. So this the network. This is gang. Like, I don't think that joke's funny. I think it's fucking lame, the Chinaman joke. But so what? The thing is, this is gang stalking and harassment. So he's counselled in one field, and they see a weakness, an opportunity to pounce on him, and they'll ban him from somewhere else. Right?
Kidding me.
Wait, what?
I got banned.
Calling the decision weird, he immediately connected with fellow streamer Coconut B, only for him to get some real talk. Turns out it was his chat's doing.
I know this chat isn't you, Greek, but like you need to moderate your chat because they reflect off your behavior. And like you needed this event and you were getting back in good races with so many people, but you it up, bro. You because you pushed the envelope too much.
So if there's chats from feminists talking about killing men or slandering men and smearing men, these losers are not going to give a shit. It's a massive double standard. But I could probably I bet his chat was actually toxic though. But again, if it's a woman, they wouldn't care. They'll go, oh yeah, it's not her fault their chat's like that. But he's being held hyper responsible. Yeah.
And now you're barred from this event. And like, you might be barred from future events too.
Despite the numerous Twitch bans as of 2025, Greek God X continues to stream as if nothing happened, but his audience has noticeably shrunk, averaging less than 4,000 viewers per stream.
That's still a healthy amount, actually. That's still enough to make a living and gain status, or keep your status. That's 3,000 is that's quite a lot. You can get donations from that. You can get ad money. It's decent.
At this rate, he might just be a few controversies away from getting a permanent ban, much like what happened to Sneeko, whose controversial views got the best of him. After focusing on game content as a teenager in 2013, it was 2 years later when Sneeko rose to fame because of his philosophical and introspective thoughts.
The reality is most of us are going to spend our lives wondering how everyone else is going to see us instead of improving ourselves for ourselves.
So that's called status gaining. It's just code word for status. It's not deep or philosophical. Improve ourselves for ourselves means gain status. Like status is the thing that can't be talked about openly, right? Even though it's the most important thing in most men's lives. Yeah? Because even men who don't want status for the sake of status, I've never wanted status for the sake of status, right? I only want status so that I'm treated less like shit and I have a better life. So men need status to avoid the misery of being low status. Of course, that doesn't protect them from other things. It's only partial protection, but it's better than nothing.
And 1-minute podcasts.
Do you matter? Yes, I matter. Do you matter?
But that
See how the woman says yes right away. The man hesitates. That's the difference.
Would entirely change when he grew older, as he started having controversial views in 2021.
I feel like you should try and see your girl get down.
No,
I think you should try. I think it will really test your ego. It's going to test your masculinity.
Unfortunately, so he's talking about seeing your girlfriend get gangbanged by other men. He's doing that to troll and play on male insecurities.
For him, his confidence in saying whatever he wanted online resulted in an irreversible outcome. In October...
And the thing is, it's like, if you're a high status male and you can bang loads of women, right? It's easy to say that, right? But other men, they struggle to get what they can get, so they're going to be very insecure. There's a massive power differential in the relationship between men and women.
2020, Sneeko got strikes for spreading misinformation about COVID-19 and the 2020 US elections. But what led to the permanent ban was his inappropriate reaction video towards Chad, a female YouTuber.
So why is this guy being labelled a paedophile on your thumbnail? This doesn't make sense.
Feminist garbage hides the fact that she's attracted to that guy making the videos. It is what it is. Girls, you could vouch for it. You know it's true. She would. She would. And you know this is true, what's so predictable? You could tell by the way she's talking that she hasn't been properly in a long time.
So what? So what? So fucking what? So fucking what? This is not a banning offence. Fuck you, society. Fuck you, internet sites. This is not a banning offence. Who cares? Who cares? Jesus Christ, there's feminist dehumanising men smearing about and lying about them all the fucking time. They're untouchable. And this guy just makes she needs a good sing to joke, right? And he gets banned. Jesus Christ, this is societal harassment, marginalisation and harassment of all men everywhere.
That didn't stop Sneeko from pursuing content creation. He explored other platforms like Twitch, only to get permabanned there too for extreme hateful conduct. And
so again, the feminist network. So you get banned from one site, and the feminists give the other feminists at the other company, Twitch or Kick, a heads up. Hey, heads up! There's a misogynist incel creepo on your platform. Ban him. Thanks for the heads up. Ban.
Just the next day, he experienced the same fate on Kick because a person wearing a Hitler costume was on his stream. Sneeko thought the decision wasn't fair.
People were dressed up as everything, and look, hate symbols because the guy dressed up as Hitler. I didn't even endorse him when I was laughing.
Yeah. So again, he's getting cancelled and hyper scrutinised for just being male. That's just a pretext to ban him. They're being hyper scrutiny, nitpicking, ban.
And I put it's literally a Halloween costume, and I've seen so many Kick streamers do this. It's very clear that they have a bias against me, apparently.
Regardless,
yeah, because you're a male who said something slightly inappropriate about women, quote unquote. Yeah, that's it. Because you're male, and you don't look like the sort of person who support Hitler. I think you're like Latino or something, right? It's very doubtful you support Hitler, right?
It doesn't change the fact that the biggest platforms rejected Sneako, leaving him no choice but to rely on Rumble, where he recently posted how he snuck into the 2025 Grammys party. And much like Sneako, Dr. Disrespect had Rumble's back after his YouTube
Okay,
career
so this is the last one. We're going to scrutinise this one very heavily.
Was destroyed by his biggest controversy. With his iconic look and energetic persona,
So he did DM messages of a 17-year-old girl.
Dr. Disrespect immediately captured everyone's attention on Twitch in 2016.
Do you see what I'm saying, Daybreak? Wake up! What are you gonna do? Give this guy a 24-hour ban?
As his fame skyrocketed.
Another shouting fucking idiot. The retards love these sort of men, right? So...
Rocketed with the rise of PUBG. He won the Esports Industry Award for Streamer of the Year in 2017.
When I started my channel, I had no idea what I was getting into. It was just having a good time. Let's just do our thing. But a year and a half later, I realized a lot of things. I've realized that I've provided an outlet for a lot of people that are dealing with a lot of hardships. And it makes me proud.
But pure narcissist. He's just basically saying I'm great. Basically, I'm proud of myself. He's just saying he's proud of himself. Okay.
June 20...
Dude just lucked onto status, right? Just luck.
2020, his legendary status changed when Twitch suddenly permabanned him. Worse, even Dr. Disrespect himself supposedly didn't know the reason why. But on June 22nd, 2024, an ex-Twitch employee leaked...
So this is harassment by the ex-Twitch employee. He got banned because he got caught sexting a minor in their existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The powers that be could read in plain text. Case closed, gang. This is just a lie. And this person, Cody Connors, you're a piece of shit, and you're a stalker and you're a harasser of Mr. Beast. Or Dr. Disrespect. It's Dr. Disrespect. Sorry, I mean Dr. Disrespect. I get them all fucking confused. All the fucking saying to me. This is so. It was a 17-year-old girl, and he was not planning on meeting up with her. So this is just a barefaced lie. And this is Weasel. He got caught sexting a minor, right? He doesn't mention the age because he wants to make it sound as bad as possible. It's always Weasel. If it was a 12-year-old girl, he'll say 12-year-old girl. If it was an 11-year-old girl, he'll say 11-year-old girl. But 17, he's not going to say that, right? Okay. And I don't think sexting a 17-year-old should be illegal anyway, because the age of consent is 16 in most places around the world. I don't get the fucking logic of it. Right, but whatever, okay, right, and he wasn't trying to meet her, so this is just lies, right? Again, Weasel words. They won't mention the age. This is just dishonesty. Case closed, gang. No, it's not case closed. You're a lying piece of shit, Cody Connors.
Leaked allegations that his ban was due to inappropriate texts to an underage fan, to which Dr. Disrespect quickly responded. No wrongdoing was acknowledged, and they paid out the whole contract. 3 days later, however, Dr. Disrespect would express taking an indefinite break from streaming.
I don't know how long, you know.
And the thing is, okay, even if he was trying to meet a 17-year-old girl for sex, it's legal in some states, in the USA, it's illegal in others, who gives a shit? And it's nothing to do with paedophilia. So why is the word pedo plastered over his face? Why is it? Like, if I was Dr. Disrespect, I would actually hire someone to track you down, right? I'd hire the person. I'll try and track down the person who made the video. That's what I'm saying. I'll get a private detective. I'll get a hacker. I'll try and find out who's behind this. Yeah. And I'll try and get legal redress first, right? But if not, there's other alternatives, right? But yeah.
No, I know from a vacacion how long my vacation is, but you know, maybe I extend that.
At the time, YouTube had also suspended his channel from monetization. But surprisingly, 2 months later, he posted a tweet confessing what really happened. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there...
So he was being punished for something that happened in 2017, right? And then he did it in 2000. Okay, you see what? So they're going through his history and looking for a pretext to go after him. Basically, this is the hyper scrutiny. This is stalking. This is societal harassment and stalking. Yeah. So you're meant to be like deemed a sinner forever and ever just because of this. Like, fuck you.
There real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. And when he deleted it, the backlash only got intense. But on January...
He realised his tweet completely destroyed his reputation and legacy. No, it didn't.
February 31st, 2025, he made a big announcement.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got our YouTube monetization back.
Yeah, not that I care. I'm getting money and I'm getting my status again.
Yet whether this revives his YouTube career...
Okay. So, I'm just saying, I've already reported your channel for harassment, right? And I've put down that your thumbnail is falsely accusing men of being paedophiles. I've reported it. So this is where you go. Report. Harassment or bullying. Right? And you go next and you write down the reason here. You can fill it out here. Yeah? Okay? I've already reported you. You should be insta-banned for life, permanently. Right? I think when you get banned from social media, you should be given second chances. But this is like one of the cases where you should get no second chances. You're scum. Right? I'm just saying your behaviour is outrageous. Okay? It's what you did was disgusting. Yeah? So probably not transphobic, right? Probably not racist. Porn, so what? So what? Let's have a look. Does he does more? Let's see if he does any more pedo smears. Okay. Oh, well, I'm done anyway. So that clickbait behaviour is just male status seeking behaviour again. It's just like crabs in the bucket behaviour. This is what men have to deal with. Men are absolutely trash towards other men. There's something wrong with men. There's something fucking wrong with you. You're a sicko. You're a fucking psychopath. Shame on you.